Guys, my name is Rohan and welcome to another video uh, in the Swift programming series. This is the part 3, and in this video I'll be talking about collection types. So there are 3 collection types in Swift programming language, and they are arrays and sets, and then the third one is dictionary. The third collection type is of dictionaries. And in this video I'll be going through arrays, and then I'll be covering dictionaries, and after dictionaries I'll be covering sets, but that will be later in the series. So in this video I'll be talking about arrays, in the next video I'll be talking about dictionaries, and then we'll move on to a new topic, and we'll cover sets in a future part of the series. I hope you can actually see this, and I recommend you watching this on a bigger screen so you can actually clearly watch the contents. So array is a ordered list. It's a ordered collection type, so it maintains the order of the items that are present in the array, and you'll be able to understand this better through an example. So let's make an array, and the way you make an array is you start by the keyword let or var, depending on the what you want the array to be, whether you want it to be a constant, that is it cannot be changed, or whether you want it to be changed afterwards you create the array. So for this example I'll create a variable, and I'll say to do, and then I'll put the assignment operator, which is the equal symbol, once, and then you type you have these brackets. These are the square brackets, and we are getting an error here because we have not mentioned the type. And if you actually type in something here, so for example it will actually detect the type of the item that is inside the array, and then it will automatically set the type of the array to that to the type of the item that is present in it. So but if you are creating an empty array, that is you have no items in the array, then you will have to explicitly mention the type. So for this purpose, let's have string, because to-do lists are expected to be strings, and this is how you create an empty array. I don't know why the error is when an array literal. I'm sorry guys, I just make this mistake every time. You have to actually have the data type in the square brackets, so it knows that it is an array, and the items present in that array are of string type. So let's make our first item in the array, and as we have the type of string, I'll be having the string here, and let's have here complete homework, and this is the first item in our array, which is named to do, and which is of type strings. That contains the items that it contains are of type string, so this is a string. And let's have an other item. So the way you have two items in an array, or two or more than two items in an array, to be more correct, you separate them by commas, and then you add more items. So for example, if there was an array of let's say integers, so example, and let's say you have an array of integers, so say you have 9 and you want to add more items, so you separate them by commas, so 100 and then 81 and then 23 and so on. So these will be your arrays. And I'll just comment this out, or I'll just grab this from there and put it here. Alright, so let's add another item here by notebook, and then let's add another item, record Swift tutorial. Alright, so we have 3 items in our array of strings, which is named to do, and let's say we want to display the items, we want to print the items on the screen itself, on the console. So the way we access the items from our array is, as I said before, an array is an ordered list of items. So each of these has a number to it, because as you can see, this is in order as we wrote it. So we have complete homework, we have buy a notebook, and we have record Swift tutorial, all in the order as we wrote them. And each of these item has an index number. So the way you access the items in an array is by its index number. So the index number of the first item in the array is by default 1, so it will always be 1, the first item in the array. I'm sorry guys, I did a really big mistake. It's not 1, it's 0. So when we actually count, we start by natural numbers, which is 1, 2, 3. But in programming languages, we start by the index number is generally gets started by a 0. So the first item in an array, in the array to do, has an index value of 0. I'll give you an example, and I hope you understand it better. So we have to do, and in square brackets we have the number 0, and this is not an array of integer type. Do not confuse it with that concept. It's actually accessing the 0, the item with index number 0 from the array to do. So the item with index number 0, which is the first item of the array of to do with the name to do. So this is the to do array, and this is the first item, and the first item always has the index number of 0, so it gives us a result as complete homework, which is the first item with the index number 0 from the to do array. Let's say we want to print this on the console. So the way we do that is we have the print function, and we put the value that we want to print out in the brackets, and we are getting an error because we do not have an index number here. So let's actually have an index number of 1, and we'll have buy a notebook. So buy a notebook as expected, because each item after the first uh, after the first item in an array that has an index value of 0 has one more than the index value of the previous item. So this should have a index value of 1, and we said that we want to get the item from the to do array that has an index value of 1, and it printed out by a notebook, which is correct.